Hey everybody, Campervan Kevin here. How are y'all doing today? Me? I'm exhausted. I'm beat up pretty good. I've been posting on my Facebook and Patreon what's going on. Excuse me. I haven't made a video about what's going on with Tucker. But I think by now most of you guys are fully aware. To everybody that's not, let me catch you up to speed. So obviously I'm in the Bigfoot. I guess it's been a couple weeks ago. Felix found this Bigfoot in Colorado. We jumped in Ms. Gypsy. We put Felix's van in storage. Jumped in Ms. Gypsy. 15, 16 hours later, hard driving. We got up to Colorado, Denver area, Longmont. Bought this 98 Bigfoot. Now, we rode hard. And we come back, we took a little bit more of our time. My cancer surgery has been, at that time it was 3 weeks, I think. Now it's been 4 weeks, give or take. I had no business doing what I did. That's all. It's done now. I'm okay. I overdid it. And I stressed out the dogs real heavy. Yeah, even Felix stressed him out. It's really hard on him. It's been a hard year. But it's been a really hard couple days. And it's really stressed out the dogs because the dogs don't know if we're traveling for 5 minutes or 5 hours. How do you tell them? And I got some well-seasoned, well-traveled dogs. So we come back from Colorado and go out to the new place here in Arizona. I talked about it back in December. Gosh, got so many things I'm trying to cover. Y'all forgive me. Long story short, I've decided not to keep it. I'm going to sell it. My health is not going to allow me to do the improvements that I want. And with everything that's happened with my cancer, I just don't have the interest. I'm going to just keep staying at the place in New Mexico where the purple tiny house is if I need a base camp. Focus, Kevin. Focus. These people are listening. You're wasting their time. So we got down here to Arizona. Well, went out on the property. I let the dogs out for a minute. It was very remote, extremely remote. Came back to the campground where my other friends were. We were there a couple days. As you well know, Tucker got to bleeding one night. Well, he had the runs. I stayed up with him till like 2 o'clock. And then I was like to the point, then he'd go to the door and I'd let him out. And it got to the point where, Tucker, I just can't stay up anymore. If you make a mess, I'll clean it up. Well, I woke up next morning and this floor in here was just, it's a lot of blood. He was pooping and puking blood, and it was everywhere. I'm not exaggerating. I don't think I've seen an animal bleed that much and not die. It was terrified me. And he was kind of weak, kind of stiff. And I called around to the town I was in. There was no vets there. Got on the internet. The only vet was like for horses and cows. I did mention remote. So I jumped in Bigfoot, took off. It's like 6 o'clock in the morning. I drove like 60 miles, rough roads. Got him. I got him to the right man. Got him to the right vet clinic. He's a small town country vet. Had excellent reviews. Very kind. Loves animals. Kind of reminds me of the people I grew up with in Georgia when I was a kid. He has saved Tucker's life. Tucker continued to bleed. He'd do okay for a little bit, and then he'd start bleeding again. We thought we were going to need to have blood transfusions. He said it would take a couple days to get here. I had a lot of people. When I talked about this on my Facebook page, I hadn't made a video because I wanted it. I wanted to have more definitive answers. A lot of you guys offered to bring your dogs any distance. Tucker's got friends all over the world, just like me and the rest of the puppies. So anyway, we've been at the vet clinic for several days. It's been touch and go. He said if he couldn't get the blood under control, we were going to lose him. And a lot of people praying for him, and it worked. God shown his mercy on this little dog. It worked. We've now gone 24 hours without blood loss. Tucker's a strong little dog, resilient. He's put up a fight. We'll do this in one take. He put up the fight of his life, and he has survived. What caused it? We were traveling really fast, okay? And I don't like taking the dogs to the bathroom where other dogs go. Like you see these 7-Elevens and Mavericks and Golden Pantries and everything. You go out on the grass and there's just tons of poo. You know, there's a lot of disease and stuff like that in those places. So I always take them somewhere else if I can, at all possible. But in our movement, in our fast movements, there was a time or two that we kind of went to some iffy dog bathroom places, and we cleaned up our mess, but I don't think anybody else did. It was coming and going. Got back to the campground. We came back, got back to the campground, and we were there for a couple days. At this point, the doctor said it could be several things. He said it could be E. coli. He said something else along those lines. E. coli. He said it could be poison. I just talked to him this morning again. And he says Tucker may have an autoimmune disease. Now, when I bought this RV, there are people that they don't have pets in the RV that use decon and poisons in their RV. Did I think to check for that? No, I didn't. However, when I buy an RV, I check for soft spots in the floor. So I got up under these not couches, I got two little barrel recliners. Sit great, by the way. Looking for water damage or soft spots in the floor. I call myself looking this thing over pretty good. I don't think there was anything in this RV. I don't think. But, you know, all it takes is one of those little cubes, those little bait things, for me to be wrong that it was left over. Could I have missed it? I sure could have. I think that he picked up something from a bathroom pit stop on the way back. Or when we got to the campground, maybe somebody put out poison in their camper and the rat got out and died, and he found it at the campsite. I watch my little dogs. You can't watch everything. They're like kids. You can't see everything. If I were a betting man, I think that something he found at the campground, and I'm going to say it was a poisoned rat or mouse. Now, it doesn't mean that maybe they sprayed for bugs or something in here, and I can't see the spray, but my other dogs are okay. And I have gone in here and I've cleaned all. It's like 90% vinyl, thank goodness. Most of this RV is vinyl, and I have cleaned it and scrubbed it with Dow scrubbing bubbles and a toilet brush and towels, and I went back and wiped it with bleach and water. There still may be some residue in the carpets or on the furniture. You don't know what you don't know. So long story short, talking to the vet this morning, I can't wait to give this man some praise when we leave. He saved Tucker. Now, he told me, he says, Kevin, and this is pretty much live. It's going to go out live, and it's going to mess up my video that's coming because it was filmed a day or two ago. He said, we need to know, my nose is itching. Woo, my nose. He said, we need to know what caused this. He said, I didn't run the test because they're very expensive. He said, if I couldn't save his life, it wouldn't have mattered. My nose is still itching. So I didn't run them. That's my thing I clean my glasses with. He said, I didn't run them. He said, but if Tucker doesn't have any more bloody diarrhea, if he'll just poop, I'll give him to you today. Today is Sunday, April 11th or 12th. He said, but we need to send this blood work off, and we need to know. He said, if it was decon or something, he said, we need to put him on vitamin K for a while. And I said, pill or injection? He said, pill will be fine. And he's already been giving him vitamin K. He suspected the poison. He said it's possible that it's an autoimmune disease. He said, if that's the case, Tucker will be on steroids, prednisone for the rest of his life. And I said, well, that's fairly dangerous in itself. He said, yes. He said, that carries its own set of problems. He said, but we want Tucker to have the best quality of life for as long as possible. So he's drawn the blood. He'll mail it off. He said it's going to take 4 days to find out. So that'll be the end of next week. That's what's going on. We like to lost him. And Tucker's a fine dog. He's a big part of, hell, he is my family out here on the road. He's a big part of the Campervan Kevin family. I know a lot of you guys love him. He's come a long ways. I tell you, when he was a puppy, he was so horrible. I've cussed him like a redheaded stepchild. I've threatened his life a million. I've threatened his life a million different ways. I've threatened his life. And then it comes to his life, and there's nothing I wouldn't do to save it. Life is funny. But if you get a dog and you get onto him, he jumps up on the bed and pees on it, I'm sure you'll have a few colorful words to say to a dog, too. Oh, he was a handful. Handful as a puppy, but there's not a more. He knows how to love, and he knows how to play. And he's such a joy to be around. He still aggravates the snot out of me. Felix thinks it's hilarious. He knows, Tucker knows how to push my buttons. He makes me as mad as he can, then he does the lovey-dovey, needy thing. Keeps me on my toes. So that's what's going on. I just didn't want to share none of this till I knew more. It's early. We ain't gonna worry about it. Y'all seen me at my best and at my worst. This is my worst. Originally, the doctor said he might ought to get him down to Phoenix, but I tell you, I'm so beat up. I feel like somebody has kicked me in the stomach 10 times, stomped me. Had no business doing what I did. So we're gonna stick around here for a day or two and rest, relax. Felix is all beat up too. He's tired. What else? 24 hours without bleeding. He looks like he's got a lot of energy this morning. He's wanting to get out of that. He's wanting to get out of that pen, that cage. Yes, we need to know what caused it, because what if we're remote again and it happens and I can't find nobody, or too far away to get to a vet. You know, living is not safe when I don't want to just exist. You know, I do things with these Yorkies that I have no business doing. I treat them like Labradors. And there's a million different things that can happen to them. Snakes, other dogs, birds of prey, drown, theft. I mean, there's just, but they got little hearts of lions. And we've made it this far. We've made it this far living, not playing it safe as we could. I'm still careful, but we're out here living, and living is not safe. Existing is safe, pretty much, but you're still going to die. You can prepare for everything. You can have years worth of food, solar, anything and everything you think you'd ever need in case the world went sideways. You might end up with cancer, stuck in a major city and you can't leave. You can't prepare for everything. I think maybe you got to put your trust. I think I've been taught a lesson. I think I got to put more trust and more faith in my God and my Maker. You know, and I told you guys about being at events and stuff, and how I've kind of started shunning the events because people come to me and people like to talk to me, and they tell me these horrible stories about losing family members and sickness and cancer. And I said, at the end of the day, I'm just a mess, because I listen to people. I listen to what people say because I care. But they all this on me, and I listen, and I try to be empathetic, and I try to be caring. But at the end of the day, I got all this on me, right? And I don't know how to handle it, because I do good keeping myself sane. And I said, I didn't have the tools in my toolbox to talk to a lot of these people. I think a bright new shiny tool's been added to my toolbox to be more empathetic and more understanding of other people's struggles. What do y'all think about that? So, worst case scenario, if the blood doesn't come back, vitamin K for a few months, prednisone, steroids, rest of Tucker's life, or maybe nothing. Maybe nothing. We're going to find out. That's where we're at. Thank all you guys for caring so much. I have for all you guys that are sick in the head, saying I'm doing this for money, I have an emergency vet fund. My nose is itching again. Not once have I ever asked anybody for a dime on my channel. I turn down 4 GoFundMes for my cancer. I take care of my own business. Maybe a point in time that changes, but it ain't today, and I don't think it's tomorrow. I'm okay. Tucker's okay. We're okay. We're going to be okay. I give God the glory for my life. Jesus is my Savior for my soul. I got a better place to go if I go anyway. Jesus is my healer. He's healed me from this cancer. Maybe forever, maybe for just a little while. We'll find out. And Jesus has saved my little dog. So we're going to be around a minute more. Yeah. I'm going to end this little video. Enough jibber jabber. End it right here. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you guys so much for watching my videos. Hey, we'll see you again soon. We're all still here. We're all still going. We're going to get back on our feet. We're going to go see and do, and I'm taking you with us. All right. I got to go. You guys take care. We ain't done yet. One day we're going to be done. It ain't today. I don't think it's tomorrow. Bye.